Africa rising, the titans of tomorrow today. Alright, so picture this. You're at a global economic summit, right? Everyone's talking about the usual suspects, Silicon Valley, Wall Street, maybe someplace in Asia. But then, someone leans in and whispers, "Hey, have you seen what's brewing in Africa?" And that, my friends, is exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome to our countdown of the 10 biggest African-owned companies in 2025. Now, when I say biggest, I'm not just talking about numbers on a spreadsheet, though those are impressive enough, believe me. I'm talking about influence, about the sheer scale of their operations, and the way they're fundamentally reshaping not just local economies, but the entire continent's trajectory on the world stage. It's a story of ambition, resilience, and some seriously smart business moves. These companies are leading the way in innovation, growth, and impact across the continent. We're talking about businesses that have looked at challenges, and let's be honest, Africa has had its share and seen opportunities to connect people, to build infrastructure, to provide essential services, and to create products that resonate globally. It's like they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, thinking several moves ahead. From telecommunications giants that have leapfrogged traditional infrastructure to retail empires feeding nations, and financial institutions banking on a brighter future, these are the players you absolutely need to know about. They're not just participating in the global economy, they're actively redefining Africa's role in it. So, grab your notepads or just lean back and get ready to be impressed, because we're about to explore the powerhouses that are driving a new narrative for Africa. These aren't just success stories, they're blueprints for what's possible when homegrown talent and vision meet opportunity. We'll look at who they are, what makes them tick, and why they're poised to be even bigger names by 2025. It's more than just business, it's about the pulse of a continent on the move, a continent that's writing its own headlines. And trust me, these headlines are looking pretty good. Let's get into it. And before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest content. The foundation layer Dangote Group. Alright, kicking off our list, and you really can't talk about big business in Africa without this name coming up almost immediately, is the Dangote Group. Now, if you're building a continent, quite literally, you need cement, lots of it, and sugar because, well, life needs a bit of sweetness, right? And flour and salt and pasta. You get the picture. Dangote Group, founded by Aliko Dangote, isn't just a company, it's an institution, a foundational pillar of industry across Nigeria, and increasingly, the entire African continent. They've mastered the art of producing essential commodities at a massive scale, which sounds simple, but doing it effectively in diverse and often challenging markets. That's where the genius lies. They're not just selling products, they're building the very infrastructure that allows other businesses and communities to grow. Think about the ripple effect, the roads, the buildings, the jobs. It's immense. Their dominance isn't accidental. It's a result of strategic long-term vision and relentless investment in capacity. They've understood that to serve a rapidly growing population and an industrializing continent, you need to be able to deliver consistently and affordably, and they're not stopping at cement and sugar. They've ventured into oil refining with a massive refinery project that aims to make Nigeria self-sufficient in petroleum products and even an exporter. That's a game changer. It's this kind of bold ambition, this willingness to tackle huge, complex projects that really sets Dangote Group apart. They're not just building a company, they're building a legacy. And by 2025, their footprint is only set to get deeper and wider across Africa. It's like they're the concrete, pun intended, on which so much of the continent's future is being built. Connecting the continent, MTN Group. Next up, let's talk about connection. In a continent as vast and diverse as Africa, how do you bring people together? How do you enable commerce, share information, and foster innovation? Well, for millions, the answer is MTN. The MTN Group is a telecommunications behemoth, a sea of yellow that stretches across numerous African nations and even into parts of the Middle East. Their iconic branding is almost synonymous with mobile connectivity for a huge chunk of the continent. Think about the sheer scale of their operation, laying down the infrastructure, the cell towers, the fiber optic cables, often in incredibly challenging terrains and diverse regulatory environments. It's a monumental undertaking, and they've been at it for years, constantly evolving and expanding. What's truly remarkable about MTN is not just its size, but its impact on daily life. They didn't just bring phone calls, they brought access. Access to information, to financial services through mobile money in many markets, to entertainment, and to a way for small businesses to reach customers they never could have before. They've been a key enabler of the digital revolution in Africa. And as we look towards 2025, with the explosion of data demand, 5G on the horizon, and the continued growth of digital services, MTN is positioned right at the heart of it all. They're not just a phone company anymore, they're a digital services provider, an enabler of ecosystems, and a critical piece of Africa's technological future. Keeping that many people connected across so many borders, that's a network of ambition. Aisles of Opportunity Shoprite Holdings. Alright, from connecting people to, well, feeding them and providing them with just about everything else they need, let's talk about Shoprite Holdings. If you've ever walked into a supermarket in many parts of Southern, East, or West Africa, chances are you've been in a Shoprite, or one of its sister brands like Checkers or YouSave. This isn't just a grocery store chain, it's a retail titan, a logistical masterpiece that gets food and consumer goods onto shelves for millions upon millions of people every single day. Think about the complexity sourcing products, managing supply chains that can stretch across countries, and maintaining quality and affordability. It's a massive operation and they make it look almost easy, which is the hallmark of true expertise. And they're not content with just dominating their current markets. Shoprite has always had ambitious expansion plans, constantly looking for new opportunities to bring their model of modern retail to underserved communities. This means more jobs, more choices for consumers, and a more formalized retail sector, which has significant economic benefits. As disposable incomes rise across the continent and urbanization continues, the demand for organized retail is only going to grow. Shoprite, with its decades of experience, its sophisticated logistics, and its deep understanding of African consumers, is perfectly placed to capitalize on this trend. By 2025, expect to see them further entrenching their position, adapting to changing consumer habits, like online shopping, and continuing to be a major player in the daily lives of countless Africans. They're literally stocking the shelves of a rising continent. Now let's shift gears a bit from the tangible world of cement and groceries to the digital realm of media and technology. And when you talk about African tech investment on a global scale, one name stands out: Naspers. This South African company started as a newspaper publisher, like, way back. But unlike many old media companies that struggled with the digital age, Naspers reinvented itself. And how? They made some incredibly savvy investments, most famously an early stake in the Chinese tech giant Tencent, which turned out to be one of the most successful venture capital investments of all time. Seriously, it's the kind of investment story that makes other investors weep with envy. But Naspers is more than just its Tencent holding. Through its international internet assets group Prosus, it has continued to invest in promising tech companies around the world, focusing on areas like online classifieds, food delivery, fintech, and education technology. While much of its portfolio is global, its roots are African, and it continues to be a major force in the African tech scene, both as an investor and an operator of various online businesses. For 2025, Naspers represents a unique kind of African giant, one that leverages its global tech insights and capital to build a diverse portfolio, while also fostering innovation back home. They are a testament to the fact that African companies can be major players on the global technology stage, not just consumers of tech, but shapers of it. They're playing four-dimensional chess with global tech investments. Speaking of shaping tech, let's head over to East Africa, specifically Kenya, to talk about a company that didn't just adopt a technology, but pioneered a revolution with it: Safaricom. And the magic word here is M-Pesa. Now, for those who don't know, M-Pesa is a mobile phone-based money transfer service, and it's not an exaggeration to say it has fundamentally transformed the Kenyan economy and inspired similar services across the globe. Before M-Pesa, sending money often meant long, risky journeys or relying on informal networks. Safaricom saw a need and used the ubiquitous mobile phone to solve it. It was genius, pure and simple, connecting millions of unbanked people to the financial system literally overnight. But Safaricom is more than just M-Pesa, as groundbreaking as that is. It's a leading telecommunications provider in Kenya, offering a full suite of mobile voice, data, and financial services. they've consistently innovated, expanding their offerings to include everything from loans and savings products to e-commerce and even agricultural solutions, all delivered through the mobile phone. Their impact on financial inclusion is studied worldwide, and they continue to be a powerhouse of innovation. Looking towards 2025, Safaricom is set to deepen its digital ecosystem, leveraging its massive customer base and trusted brand to offer even more services that simplify and improve lives. They showed the world how mobile technology could be a force for profound economic and social change, starting right in the heart of Africa. It's like they put a bank in everyone's pocket. If you enjoyed learning about Safaricom, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into Africa's top giants. Alright, now, for a company that proves diversification can be a massive strength, the Bidvest Group. If you're trying to put Bidvest in a neat little box, good luck with that. This is a sprawling conglomerate with interests in an astonishing array of sectors. We're talking services, freight, automotive, commercial products, financial services, electrical, plumbing, office, and print. I mean, the list goes on. It's like they looked at the economy and said, yeah, we'll have a piece of that, and that too. Based in South Africa, their reach is increasingly international, but their core strength lies in providing essential business-to-business services and products. The beauty of Bidvest's model is its resilience. When one sector faces headwinds, another might be thriving, creating a balanced portfolio that can weather economic cycles. They are the often unseen engine behind many other businesses, providing the logistics, the supplies, the maintenance, and the services that keep commerce flowing smoothly. Think of them as the ultimate support system for the economy. For 2025, as African economies continue to grow and diversify, the need for the kind of integrated services Bidvest offers will only increase. Their ability to manage such a wide range of operations efficiently and profitably is a testament to strong leadership and a decentralized management philosophy that empowers individual divisions. They're not just one giant, they're a collection of specialized giants working in concert. Chapter 7. Now let's take to the skies with a true continental champion, Ethiopian Airlines. In a world where national carriers often struggle, Ethiopian Airlines has not just survived but thrived, becoming Africa's largest airline by fleet size, passengers carried, and destinations served. This isn't just about flying people from point A to point B, it's about connecting Africa to itself and to the rest of the world. Addis Ababa, their hub, has become a major transit point, a crossroads linking continents. Their strategic vision has been to build a comprehensive network that facilitates trade, tourism, and diplomacy across Africa and beyond. And they've done it with a reputation for service and efficiency. What's remarkable is their consistent profitability and growth, often in a very tough aviation market. They've invested heavily in modern aircraft, state-of-the-art maintenance facilities, and a renowned aviation academy that trains pilots and crew from across Africa. This commitment to excellence and self-sufficiency is a key part of their success story. As we look to 2025, with increasing intra-African trade and tourism and a growing middle class eager to travel, Ethiopian Airlines is poised to play an even more critical role. They are not just an airline, they are a symbol of African capability on the global stage, a carrier of dreams, ambitions, and a whole lot of passengers. They're literally lifting the continent. Back to the world of telecommunications, and another giant making waves across the continent, Vodacom Group. While we've talked about MTN, Vodacom, majority owned by the UK's Vodafone but with a strong African identity and operations, is a formidable force in its own right, particularly in southern, central, and East Africa. They provide a comprehensive suite of mobile and fixed-line communication services, including voice, data, and increasingly, a range of digital and financial services. Like its competitors, Vodacom has been instrumental in bringing connectivity to millions, transforming how people live, work, and interact. The competition in this space is fierce, which ultimately benefits consumers with better services and innovation. What's interesting about Vodacom is its continued push into new service areas, particularly financial services with offerings like M-Pesa in markets like Tanzania, which it operates independently of Safaricom Kenya in some aspects, and VodaPay, a super app aiming to be an all-in-one platform for payments, shopping, and more. This evolution from a traditional telco to a technology company or techco is a key part of their strategy for future growth. As data consumption explodes and the demand for digital solutions accelerates towards 2025, Vodacom is investing heavily in its network infrastructure, including 5G rollout, and in developing these new revenue streams. They are a key player in ensuring Africa is not just connected, but digitally empowered for the future. They're dialing up Africa's digital future, one connection at a time. Now, no list of economic giants would be complete without a major financial institution, and in Africa, Standard Bank Group stands tall. As Africa's largest bank by assets, its roots go deep, with a history stretching back over 160 years. Operating in around 20 African countries, Standard Bank provides a full spectrum of banking and financial services to individuals, businesses, and corporations. They are, in many ways, the financial backbone for a significant portion of the continent, facilitating trade, investment, and economic development. Think about the capital needed for major infrastructure projects, the loans for small businesses to grow, or simply the everyday banking needs of millions. Standard Bank is there. Their strategy is firmly focused on Africa. They call themselves an African bank, and their deep understanding of the diverse markets they operate in is a key competitive advantage. They are navigating the complexities of different regulatory environments, economic conditions, and customer needs across the continent. As we look towards 2025, Standard Bank is heavily invested in digital transformation, aiming to make banking more accessible, convenient, and efficient for its customers. With a growing middle class, increasing formalization of economies, and the rise of fintech, the banking landscape is evolving rapidly, and Standard Bank is positioning itself to lead that change, funding the continent's growth one transaction at a time. They're not just counting money, they're making Africa's money count. Last, but certainly not least, on our list of African giants for 2025 is Aspen Pharmacare. This is Africa's largest pharmaceutical manufacturer, and their story is incredibly important, especially in a world increasingly focused on health security. Based in South Africa, Aspen has a significant global presence, manufacturing and supplying a broad range of branded and generic medicines in more than 150 countries. They produce everything from everyday treatments to complex sterile injectables and anesthetics. Their role became even more critical during the COVID-19 pandemic, as they were one of the companies involved in the fill-and-finish production of vaccines for the African continent. What makes Aspen a giant is not just its manufacturing capacity, but its commitment to providing high-quality, affordable medicines. They play a crucial role in public health across Africa and beyond, often being a key supplier to governments and NGOs. Their ability to navigate complex pharmaceutical regulations, manage sophisticated manufacturing processes, and maintain global supply chains is truly impressive. Looking ahead to 2025, Aspen is focused on expanding its sterile manufacturing capabilities, particularly for anesthetics and other niche products, and continuing to strengthen its position as a reliable supplier of essential medicines. They are a testament to Africa's capacity in high-tech manufacturing and a vital player in global health. They're not just making pills, they're manufacturing hope and health. And there you have it, our whirlwind tour of 10 African-owned companies that are absolutely crushing it and are set to be even bigger forces by 2025. From building the very foundations of our cities with Dangote to connecting us all with MTN and Vodacom, feeding nations with Shoprite, investing in the future with Naspers, revolutionizing finance with Safaricom, powering industries with Bidvest, flying us across continents with Ethiopian Airlines, funding growth with Standard Bank, and keeping us healthy with Aspen Pharmacare. It's an incredible display of African ingenuity, resilience, and ambition. These companies are not just statistics, they represent millions of jobs, innovative solutions, and a powerful narrative of a continent on the rise. What's truly exciting is that this is just a snapshot. There are so many other incredible businesses making waves across Africa, and the energy is palpable. These giants are paving the way, creating ecosystems, and inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs. The challenges are still there, no doubt, but the momentum is undeniable. The future of African business isn't just bright, it's dazzling. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the business world. We're always looking for the stories that matter, the trends that are shaping our future, and let me tell you, Africa is a goldmine for those. We've covered a lot of ground, and I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts. Which of these companies do you think will continue to dominate in the future? Are there any other African giants you believe should be on this list for 2025 or perhaps even 2030? What excites you most about the African business landscape? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights and opinions are what make this community so vibrant. Until next time, keep an eye on Africa, because the giants are definitely on the move, and they're building something truly special.